My face is still there. Come on. Anyway, we're here to talk about non-corona things because it'll be nice. It'll be nice to do that. Or did I just shift S? Oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. I just transitioned it out. Okay, you got to see my back end. There you go. Thankfully, it edits out the stream paste code. Otherwise, you would just destroy me. I would just be destroyed right now, and anyone could just stream over me. Cut the music. There's definitely no music. Okay, now you guys are just trolling me. Anyway, we're just here to hang out. It's okay if things don't work out well. And in fact, I can go in later and I will edit out the first 2 minutes of this. So whoever comes to this later won't even know that this happened. Won't even know that this 2 minutes of horrible stuff. All right. How's life being swooned upon? Oh, well, I'm just happy that when I cut my beard, bad things didn't happen because that's what I thought would happen. And I was definitely expecting my face to break out really hard. But thankfully, since I've just been letting it grow out and not shaving it, everything's been good. So I do look 12. Although it's growing out, so this is me not shaving it, so it's growing out pretty good. I'm probably going to try and keep it this length because most people are like, never grow it back again. So for every person that is mad that I shaved it, there's 100 people saying that I can't grow it back. Thoughts on vegan gains drama with Charlie? Haven't even looked at it. I've just been out not getting distracted by all the dramas. Although I might do a video on Abby Sharp because she did a video on oil with a lot of ideas that I disagreed with, like how, oh, you could just eat eggs and sausage in moderation and oil's great. And actually, she even said in Derek Simnitz's video that she responded to, she said that not eating oil is disordered eating. So I'm going to go ahead and respond to her eventually. I'm also going to do a new video on this interesting study that came out about whether or not vegans have higher or lower athletic performance. So that one is going to be fun. Vegans have higher testosterone. Yes, I also got my testosterone checked recently. So I am going to share those results. And from the studies, vegans have equivalent free testosterone and higher total testosterone. So no, vegans do not have lower testosterone. Louis Evans. And keep the questions going, especially just saying beard. Yes, do not grow it back. Beard. Maybe I'll have to do another poll. I did a poll 2 years ago, whether or not I should shave it, and it was like 5,000 people. 2,000 people said shave it. 3,000 people said don't shave it. So now it's confusing how many people support the shaving. So I might have to have another poll. But then I'm also, someone's like, you shouldn't let your audience determine your life this much. So I'm like, maybe I should just do whatever I want. But I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. So maybe I'll do a little poll. Yes, please do a video on Abby Sharp. It's hard because I've been planning a video on Abby Sharp for a while because she's just sort of this person who capitalizes on judging people, particularly vegans. That's actually a cello, not a guitar. Close. And so it's kind of annoying. Just every couple of weeks, it's like another vegan that she doesn't always rip them apart. Sometimes she's really nice about it. But, sometimes she's a little ridiculous. And so I'm going to respond to her. And her history of things she said about animals and done with animals is absolutely scary. So, okay. Darius Scary. Yeah, show them the video. Darius Scary by Aaron Janis. Yes, that's a classic. What are your thoughts on Vegan Gains? Do you think he is a nice guy? He's really nice in real life. Although debating him can get intense in real life. I play cello poorly, so I play cello, but I can only play the minimum amount of cello. Like I have the little marks on the side because I don't actually know where the frets are. So hybridized versus selectively grown fruit and veg. Well, it depends on the definition of hybridization. I mean, hybridization isn't actually genetically modified, so selectively growing fruit. That's selectively growing fruit versus like trying to mix species. I feel like they're sort of connected to the same. I don't know enough about it, but I feel like they're kind of connected. I don't know if you're trying to ask about GMO versus selection. What is my opinion on universal basic income? That's out of the normal realm, but I personally think it's worth a try because part of it's worked in Alaska. Both sides of the aisle like what happened there, and it looks like people really need it right now. So Aaron Janis needs to realize she's in love with me. Sorry, Race. I don't know. Just to know who you are first. Maybe you can work on that. Okay, PETA is saying Animal Crossing isn't vegan. What's your stance? Literally putting an Animal Crossing like an overpass? I think that is obviously vegan.
That's a game.
Oh, Animal Crossing the game. Duh. Not vegan. Any game, sir. I feel like it's vegan if it's not a game. I went straight to like the logistic one. No, that's such a popular game right now. I don't know why I didn't. I didn't know why. I should be looking up here. I'm just watching you guys talk. I have no idea why I did not register that first, but I just don't worry about games like that. It's all virtual. Yeah, I think sometimes if it's like crazy, like go in and like beat animals, like that can be kind of unhealthy. But if it's just random stuff, I'd rather have people doing that than actually hurting animals. How much is YouTube carnivore meat YouTube, or how much is that carnivore YouTube meat? God, it's scrolling so fast I can't read it. I think somebody was asking me how I feel about vegan deterioration, and it scrolled way past a little bit too quickly. It was like the last one. I think it's funny because vegan deterioration made another video recently in response to my what I eat in a day video, and the comments are hilarious. It's like 400 comments just being like, he looks horrible, the usual like he's about to die, or like he's eating such processed food. That's what I think was funny, because I get you are too processed from a lot of the vegans when I eat like anything slightly I am not processed enough from other vegans saying I'd eat like too many whole foods and worry about that too much. But then I have the like carnivore people or meat lovers saying I am too processed by just eating like spaghetti. So there's no in between. But yeah, vegan deterioration made a video and has made a lot of videos about me. And I think it's funny because obviously I shaved my beard and people are like, you look ridiculously young now. And I just don't understand how people can, I don't understand how she can be so negative. It's just like a vampire. Like all the comments are like, people get their energy from sucking negativity. And I feel like that's part of the psychological reason why they need to be eating so many animals. They like need to suck the life force of something else or someone else. Okay, let's, yeah, I look 20, thank you. I am 30. Esselstyn's article is definitive study showing how to reverse heart disease. Are you asking if it's, I need to turn the chat speed down. I'm sorry, guys. How to reverse heart disease, but what's the definitive article showing meat and dairy cause heart disease? Well, it's just the fact that there are no studies at all showing the reversal of heart disease through that. I think it's pretty freaking obvious. There's so many. I could go and find you a ton. We also have plant-based foods that cause heart disease. And like, for example, refined sugar probably accelerates heart disease. Maybe in some cases can cause it. Again, the refined oils, the coconut oil does it. But raising LDL, we know that it raises LDL. We know that LDL increases atherosclerosis causally, if you want me to link that paper by that European organization. But I don't really play cello very well. Getting a lot of messages held for review, it's kind of scaring me. I don't know if they are. Oh, vegan deterioration. Okay, yeah, that's definitely racist. Maybe. Or well, your studies. Anyway, we don't need to go in the race direction. Okay, as with nutrition, are you comfortable discussing chakras? Would you ever make a video about it? There's enough channels already talking about that. I'm just gonna go ahead and let you guys find those channels instead of talking about it. All right. Where do I find all the studies? This is something I'm probably going to do a video on, but there's a couple channels that I go through. If it's something I'm just trying to like troll the internet for anything on the topic, I will just go to PubMed and I will type in that topic. And then I will, oh, by the way, major thanks to this guy who super chatted. I need to scroll up. But I will go to PubMed and I will just type in all of the keywords, all of the variations on the keywords of something that I'm looking at. Like if you're looking at diabetes, you might want to look at like IDDM, insulin-dependent diabetes, looking for all of those things that you might not think of at first. Thank you, High Desert Garden, for that. Much appreciated. And then once I've exhausted all options there, sometimes you just can't find things through search terms. And so you can just read all of the articles on what you're, like if I was to do a video on diet and diabetes, I would just look at all the articles online on diet and diabetes and see which ones cited research and then go through that research, see what they're saying about the research, if it's real or not. And then hopefully I'll get some more answers that way. And sometimes there's studies that are just so hard to find based off of the poor keyword use, because the people who are researching, they're researchers, they're not marketers. They're not like, let's write a study that has all of the best keywords and then put those keywords into PubMed. Like, no. Apparently I'm kind of laggy to somebody, but yeah, I don't know. The stream's current bitrate is higher than the recommended bitrate. So apparently I am streaming a little bit too fast. So that's probably bad. It says my stream status is excellent, so I'm hoping that that is only that one guy. Did Tim Schief responsible for COVID-19? Yes. No. I don't even know if I can change the stream speed midstream, but I'm just hoping that the lagginess that I have is not detrimental. Everybody would probably be saying if it was. What's your favorite show to watch right now? I've been watching Community on Hulu. I think it's hilarious. Also been watching Motherland on Hulu, which is about like a school of witches. If instead of just killing all the witches at the Salem massacre, the government made like a contract and they made the witches the army, and then it's like teens go into to like boot camp witch school. It's fun. There's a few episodes out. What made you so passionate about health? I think it was probably realizing the control that people can have, and not everybody has control. There's not a lot of people just have. A lot of people just can't do anything about diet, but there's some things that are just amazing, like people reversing erectile dysfunction that I know, and reversing heart disease, and just improving their quality of life are just amazing. I mean, just it always blows my mind. It never gets old when somebody messages me and is like, oh, I put my grandpa on a vegan diet and now his diabetes is gone, and like his erectile dysfunction went away, and his high blood pressure went away, and stuff like that. It's amazing. I'm 30, as I mentioned earlier. Any redemptive qualities of olive oil? I'm probably going to talk about olive oil a lot in the Abby Sharp video because she like worships olive oil. So we're going to go into that in the future. All right. I'm not going to grow my beard. Sorry. We've already established that most people don't want me to. Put on pants. Someone else is there. Okay, yeah. Lindy is over there, and she'll probably shout stuff at me at various points, but just don't worry about it. And I have pants on, okay? I can see them in my... You can't see them in the mirror. I don't know. How can I grow a beard? I can't help you there. Some things diet can't always help. Reverse crippling rheumatoid arthritis. That is huge. I mean, that's massive quality of life change. And that's probably has to do with all of the lowering of inflammation that we see. And I also have my inflammation blood markers coming up in that upcoming blood test video, which I finally got the results for. Would you recommend taking selenium? When I type it into Chronometer, I go past 100%. I get most of the way there with oatmeal, but if you want to, you can check with your dietitian. Probably wouldn't hurt to take a little bit, but I just don't like taking more stuff than I need to. Take off pants. That is not what this stream is about. This is not an OnlyFans. All right. Think how many animals... Damn it. Somebody just... Thank you so much for that super chat, Kirsten. I'm skipping that one because it just disappeared that I was reading before. Have you done any research on the role of nutrition in jaw development? Jaw development in preventing crooked teeth. What about reducing major pain in labor? Okay, those are two very different questions. I just am not equipped to talk about like pregnancy related things, but jaw development in preventing crooked teeth. I feel like there's so much genetics going on there. It's possible. I mean, there's like some studies on like using utensils potentially worsening jaw development, but I don't know how valid they really are. I'd have to look at them again. I don't know. Nutrition. Well, yeah, if you are literally not getting enough calcium or having major like bone issues with nutrition, or if you're in ketosis at like a really young age, they have some bone issues with those kids who are put on a ketogenic diet, then maybe you could have some bone issues like that. But preventing it, I mean, it just seems like getting that vitamin D and calcium and just meeting nutritional needs is probably the best way. The rest is probably going to be genetic. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's keep it going. Cat studies, forget. That makes no sense to me. Everyone in chat has a nice peach. I agree. Okay, I'm going to start reading from the bottom instead of the top so that they don't instantly disappear. All right, fasting, fasting, fasting. Someone just typing fasting. I am not a proponent of fasting in most cases. It's just not how I roll. I think you can get a lot of the same benefits by just eating less processed foods. And it can also be a way of masking calorie restriction. So not a huge fan of it unless I'm sure there's some situations where it's great, but I am not your medical professional, so I'm not going to tell you when. Weston A. Price deserves a whole video. The guy that went around and was like, all the native people have better teeth, therefore eat all the meat. And it's like the Weston A. Price Foundation has taken like even further. I think their organization actually just runs on bone broth. I don't think it even takes funding. What animal liberation laws would you like to see implemented in 2020? Moratorium on factory farms would be a nice, just for this year alone, would be a nice one. I also think open rescue laws would be awesome to have. And I think it would be cool if they just have a protocol where you can just prove, like if you can just provide any documentation for there being animal cruelty on a farm that you should be able to rescue. Okay, tiny house update. We are living in the tiny house and it's just needs some things like trim, but it's there. I just want to make it a little nicer before I give you guys a tour. Maybe someday I'll play a little bit of cello, but I think that would probably bore most people. Yeah, tiny house progress, just talked about that. Going vegan after I clear what's in my fridge. Any tips? Right now, it's funny because shopping right now is interesting, but I think you'll be fine shopping for vegan food for the first time. I feel like a good tip for going vegan right now, if you're not going to be doing a lot of shopping, is like good frozen vegetables and fruit, because that way you have to go less. It's probably not as healthy as fresh. There's probably some extra little benefits, but in general, you don't see a major antioxidant loss or anything like that. So I think it's awesome to get stock up on frozen vegetables. You can eat some more whole foods, and then just get, if you're just going cold turkey vegan from the unhealthiest of meat and stuff, then get some faux meats, mock meats, so you can check that box, and then eat all the whole foods that you can. All right. Free range is industrialized as well. There's no such thing as free range is a joke. It's not a real term, and they all are just hanging out there without cages, pecking each other. Thank you so much, Hawk Frost Archer. Shows how much I like starch. I read Hawk Frost Archer as Hawk Frost Archer. I just imagined a guy with like an afro eating starch and like a companion hawk. Okay, vegan my whole life, 18 years, awesome. And your video I showed to my dad, got him to stop using so much oil. That is great. LDL was very low. That is sweet. That's about where mine is, and so that is definitely not going to be oxidizing into any lesions anytime soon. So good job, Hawk Frost Archer. Oh, that was a funny one. Okay. Please do an ASMR video. Am I going bald? No, but I actually have, I'm never going to show you guys, but I actually have kind of, the reason a lot of people think I have a wig is because I have like kind of a crazy, embarrassing hairline. My hair is still really thick. But so sometimes like you can see, like you'll see like my skin up here and you'll be like, oh my god, his hairline's receding. It's like, no, I just like my hairline goes like whoop. It's like a triangle. And it's, I probably have a 5 head. I don't know. We could do the math sometime. Anyway. Yeah, this chat is so delayed. I'm sorry, guys. Does the oil in plant milks have a significant impact? Just using it daily. This is why I created, if you go to plantspace.org, there's a calculator that I put on there so you can just calculate how much oils and stuff, because you're probably going to be totally fine eating like trace amounts of oil and a large amount of foods. And you can calculate if it's a ton of oil just based off the calculator I have there, which just calculates the fat content. And so if the fat content is just dramatically different, like if you're eating a corn chip, which is normally corn is 10% fat, and all of a sudden you have an 80% fat corn chip, then like that's super loaded in oil and it's not going to be low oil. But if you have something like the pasta sauce I had in my last video had oil in it, but you could tell it was virtually none, so I just didn't care. All right. Thoughts on high-fat foods, i.e. coconut oil and cream for adding weight? If I were trying to eat high-fat, I would stay away from coconut products because they're super high saturated fat. Watch my recent video called Coconut Oil is Over or something like that. And next, Leguminati hair triangle. Okay, it's not as much of a triangle as just like a squiggly M. We're going to go with an M. All right. How are you getting / absorbing enough iron? Oh, they should talking to someone else. I think you're talking to someone else. Need a video on the dimensions of Mike's 5 head. I'm probably just overly super. Lindy, am I too self-conscious about my forehead, or is it actually huge? Am I too self-conscious about my forehead, or is it actually huge?
You're self-conscious, but I mean, you do have a large forehead.
I'm self-conscious, but I do have a large forehead. So that is fun. So Lindy gave you the real answer there. I wonder if I can change my streaming settings.
Why?
Mid-stream.
Are people saying you have a large forehead?
Okay, I'm at 8,000 kbs. I'm going to change it to 5,000 kbs. Apply. Okay, hopefully that doesn't just crash this. Okay, please let me know if this is still going because I just got a warning, which is not good at all. But I'm hoping that life is good. Is it okay to reference my videos? I wouldn't reference my videos as a sole sort of original source. I would reference my videos as one that has sources to look at, because I am not doing the studies. I am not the study, but I am talking about the study. So I don't see a problem. I mean, like, I'm happy to say that one of my climate change videos was played in a class I recently took as part of the curriculum. It wasn't really part of the curriculum, but they played it in the class as part of the lesson, so that at least made me feel like it's somewhat credible. But it's all about the studies that are in the description below. Is smoked dulse okay for iodine? Ooh, well, the dulse flakes, if I were going to rely on seaweed, I would make sure that it has the iodine amount on the actual package, because otherwise I believe it can be variable. Do you think Carol Baskin really killed her husband? I had to stop watching that show. There was just too much like depressing lion stuff. So I don't really know, but I'd be surprised. Like, judging how crazy Joe Exotic is, he probably did. Duckweed is obviously vegan. What are you thinking? My friend Josh Awesome asked you if you dyed your facial hair, because you were curious. Yeah, he actually told me about you asking me about dyeing my hair. I'm not even joking, but I don't. It didn't offend me. So many people have asked me that. Okay. Everyone says hi to Lindy. I believe that do more live streams. Yeah, maybe I'll do some more live streams. I'm thinking it's just nice. It's just nice to add a little bit extra content. But again, like, things just are annoying every time I try to live stream. Like, that 3 minutes is just 3 minutes where, like, even though my microphone was plugged in and usually works, just doesn't work, and I have to unplug it from the USB port, plug it into another USB port, works. Like, things like that are just not nice. Vegan deterioration is definitely not my arch nemesis. I don't think they've ever quoted any science. They don't believe in science, as they've said. Specifically, they don't show their face. They don't really even produce like videos of them. Definitely not my arch nemesis. I consider them more of like if I had like a community energy vampire. I think that's her official title. Crackers. About crackers. Jake, I don't know enough about Jacob's cream crackers. I'm sorry. My opinion on weed. Watch my cannabis video. I have a whole video on it. Come on, guys. Type it in, and then you'll know what I've talked about. Plants. Okay, plants don't feel pain. Yeah, I believe. Again, it's not a guitar, it's a cello. I love how like the same things keep on getting said over and over again. And, but it makes sense because people come and go. But it's just funny that the same thoughts happen. I have been to a cube from Anonymous to the Voiceless. That's where I got that mask. Somebody gave it to me. A very nice person. Recommendations how to research vegan alcohol, especially wine. Obviously, I'm not pro-alcohol, but you can just look at Barnivore. I think it is a app or a site. Barnivore, like a carnivore with a B. It's totally vegan alcohol. Who are you and what did you do with Mike? Just got a time machine. Went back about a decade. Did you notice any weight loss with vegan diet? Do you limit eating a lot of fruit? I never did that well eating a ton of fruit. In fact, the closest I got to passing out was eating a bunch of fresh squeezed orange juice. But from Ryan from Happy Healthy Vegans experience, the skinniest he ever got was there. And probably the skinniest I ever was vegan was eating more fruit. It's just, I don't know, maybe some people can get enough calories that way. Clearly wasn't enough for Ryan, and maybe not for me, especially when you're avoiding avocados. Okay. I started responding to that What I've Learned Patreon post, as I did originally plan, you're correct, but I started writing it out, and it was super long, and only like 5 or so people had liked it on his post. So I was like, basically nobody's seen this. And then I got barraged with like, you need to make a video about this. Here's all this stuff happening. And then it just kind of got tabled. And then I made another video about his next video, which was just more engaging. Like if I just respond to endless text, it's going to be annoying for a video. B12 supplements give me acne, allergic reactions. Watch my video on that. I'd be surprised if supplements would be enough to do that. Just I could see the echo of myself like 2 seconds ago, and I just did a very inappropriate hand movement. But B12 is an acne. I'd be very surprised if people get it from anything less than direct injections or super high supplements. So the obvious solution, I don't want to be giving too much like direct health advice to any person, but just lowering the micrograms of intake per day. I mean, that study that I talk about in that video was just 50 micrograms a day, getting people with deficiency out of deficiency. So the like 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams that people are taking, unnecessary. Yes, you need to brush your teeth. Please don't stop brushing your teeth, people. If you're eating a whole food vegan diet. And thanks a lot again, Hawk Frost Archer. Got it right that time for the £5 or euro. That's a euro, €5 contribution. Yeah, in fact, brush your teeth, absolutely. Like even some animals who are eating very unprocessed diets and stuff end up brushing their teeth with like foliage, like apes and stuff. It's very obvious that brushing teeth is even a natural thing to do. So I don't think you need to be like, I don't need to brush my teeth because I'm vegan, and then all of a sudden you end up getting some. And I think I've seen that happen before, because there have been people who I feel like have been vegan for a long time, and then like maybe they decide to stop brushing their teeth, and then they get like a cavity, and then they brush their teeth again, and like it never happens again. Okay. Fake Illuminati hiding me. The conspiracy theories are real these days. Okay. Who is my arch nemesis? I don't think I really have one right now. I kind of like feel like it started out with Unnatural Vegan, but then I was just like, it's healthier for me to just not make videos about her, so I stopped. And so I don't know if I really have one right now. I'm doing pretty good on that. Favorite vegan restaurant in Dublin? Obviously, we just ate at Cornucopia over and over again because we were close to it. So many things coming in. I don't know about brushing your teeth with oil. I don't know if that's a real thing. I don't know if that really helps. I'd have to look at the studies on that. I don't know if oil. I looked at oil pulling for a bit, and I didn't find any definitive answers. Chronic fatigue for 2 years, but vegan for 4. Desperate for qualified help, but then might be good for you to go to like find the vegan doctor's site or whatever and see if you can find that. Chronic fatigue. I mean, there's so many things that can cause fatigue. It's unbelievable. Okay. Methylcobalamin versus negative effects of cyano or methylcobalamin? No, the only negative effect of cyano could be if you are someone with that gene that is not, which is kind of profane to say, then you might not be able to use it if it's not methylated. So cyano might be an issue, although I think we would see more, if that was really a widespread problem, I think we would be seeing more data. Like we would see more issues with that. But it's just safer to take methyl. People are afraid of like the cyanide and cyanocobalamin, but pretty much all the B12 studies, like 80% of them are done on cyno, and the problems don't seem to be an issue. How long will I stream? Well, I have no... Okay, I've been streaming for 32 minutes. Maybe I'll try and knock it off at 45. And we're just hanging out here. We're just hanging out. Adam Lee, thank you so much. Now, that is a pound. That's a real pound. 5, thank you. Your videos were a big reason I'm vegan. Thank you. Oh, that's awesome. What do I do for iodine? For a long time, I did have the little seaweed flakes. And I just started eating seaweed again to try and get iodine back in my diet, just to be safe. But I don't supplement it, and it's probably good for certain people of certain situations to supplement it. But it seems like one of those things you can get from your diet if you are careful, because used to be in things like potato skins more consistently, but with crappy soil, you can get a potato with a decent amount of iodine or no iodine. So why not? If you like those dulse flakes, go for it. Thoughts on raw vegan diet helping cancer? That's a can of worms. We just need some more studies, and it's a dangerous thing to study. I don't like the idea of people going... It depends. There's a bunch of different raw vegan diets. There's higher fat, there's higher carb. A lot of the fruits in the higher carb raw vegan diet are bred to have more sugar, and they can create sugar spikes. So no, like if you just took 4 oranges and ate them quickly, like you would definitely get a blood sugar spike, and that could potentially be bad for cancer. But then if you're overloading your body with antioxidants, that's good. Like I don't think there's nothing about raw versus cooked healthy foods that I think would do it. Yeah, there's some cooking of foods that can cause some issues, but that's usually like a really high temperature and long term. Okay, review of the meal prep app called Mealime. I think you mean Mealtime. Mealime? Maybe it's Mealime. Yeah, that's a great idea. Maybe I'll just try and mention it. Meal planning app, that's good, because every time I talk about meal planning, it's like, I don't really have a solution. It's just like, have the conviction to meal plan, and I don't even have the conviction to meal plan enough, so there you go. Thank you, Rabbit Food Fitness. The amount of Illuminati things on here is pretty amazing. Okay, toggle timestamp. Should I enable slow chat? I felt like I needed it before, but now I don't need it. Like I'm able to, unless it's hard for you guys to read. But for me, I'm able to now read enough of them. Like if I just start reading them at the bottom instead of the top, I can see them. Okay, yeah, tomatoes give you a little more lycopene cooked, things like that. Became vegan because of Sfarage. He is a very effective vegan activist. Oh, that's great. Do you think too many people demonize people just because they don't agree on certain issues? Yeah, I think we tend to tribalize. Sometimes, though, like, it's a fine line between demonizing and just classifying somebody as not necessarily beneficial. Like, if somebody is a murderer, like, we should demonize them. And we have even stopped demonizing serial killers now. So it goes both ways. Like, maybe we should demonize certain people more. But yeah, I think if people were a little bit more open-minded, that would be good. I think we could find a fine line between demonizing and trying to like debate people and have healthy discussion, because I think it's really unhealthy to also just swallow all of your thoughts and over agree with people. I think that can be even more toxic. Did you ever find any mistakes in nutrition facts video? Little ones. Like sometimes I'll be looking and he'll be like, here's 5 healthy foods that this study looked at. And he'll kind of focus on like the plant-based ones. Then I'll look and the like fish will be one or something. But in general, like so few and far between. Is another high-fat vegetable like the avocado. Avocado is a fruit. So just thought I would mention that. Nuts are high-fat. 5G is hiding my... No, my beard was actually a 5G antenna, and it was causing me some issues. That's why I cut it off, and now everything is better. Oh, I really don't think blackstrap molasses would help with graying hair in any meaningful way, but why not try? Okay. Do I stream any gaming? I could stream some gaming on Mike the Vegan too for fun. I've got my Discord, Mike the Vegan, if anybody wants to hop on there. It's been pretty dead since I've just been chilling out more. And I need to post. I'm actually going to post a Discord link on my website, a permanent one, because it's kind of hard for people to find. It's a cello, once again, behind me. Do you recommend the documentary about the health and Forks Over Knives? Yes, to non-vegans. Yeah, I really like. I think if Forks Over Knives, depending on the person, like if it's a slightly older person, I'll do Forks Over Knives because that one really gets that age group really well because really gets into those doctors and people of that age having the issues of that age. What the Health is awesome, but younger people, Game Changers is more fun for younger people. What the Health is good too for younger people, and I always just say the caveat of with What the Health of like they some things are presented in a way that like trigger people to make it seem like they're exaggerating a lot. And if you really examine what they're saying, it's generally valid, but some people can, like, it has a tendency to trigger anybody who's anti-vegan to be like, this is crazy, it's not smoking, like eggs aren't smoking. And so people, even though they never said it was, like, it's just like that's why I just preface it and just say, like, hey, listen to the wording that they say a lot because they're not directly equating some things that they compare. Like, I just leave that caveat on there. What music do I like? Some vegan approved tunes for quarantine. Oh, I don't even know. I just listen to like indie stuff. I started a TikTok, so you should follow me on TikTok. I think I just hit 100 followers. So sadly, I've had like a really bad TikTok song stuck in my head that I then have to listen to. Not a good thing. Not a good thing. It's lowered my taste in music by a lot. Okay. Stream with other vegan YouTubers. Yeah, I could do that. I could do just do like a Zoom session with another one. That'd be fun. Just meet up with someone and do it. Why not? Meet up, happy, healthy vegan, those annoying vegans, vegan zombie. Yeah, next time in LA, and when people are allowed to meet again after the virus that shall not be named, it would be awesome to just go to California and just have another meetup. Like, the LA Veg Fest is happening online this year, and that's where I always hang out, meet up with Ryan and Angie and say hi to all those people, and it's really sad that I'm not going to be able to. Okay. How do I respond to anti-vegan microaggressions? I just know it's that they're going through their own journey. It's their own issues. At Mike the Vegan is my handle on TikTok, Camille. And oh man, for fun, I was like, I'm gonna experiment with doing like an ethical TikTok for fun. So I took that graph of slaughter age and life expectancy of animals, and people got so triggered. Yes, TikTok is a very toxic place. Very toxic place. All right. Neutral Milk Hotel singer's vegan. That's cool. I did not know that. Which indie bands do I like? Oh, there's too many. All the obscure ones. Just all the most obscure ones. That's a funny one. I have not done any dances on TikTok yet. So, yeah, I should either go on Ryan's show or just hang out with him next time. I think I'm going to alternate live stream and show, because I think that, like, these live streams, you know, it's fun to hang out and people who are here like them, but, you know, we have 400 people here right now, so there's a lot of people that are like, they just see live streams and they don't watch them, so I'll try and make stuff for them as well. So I'll probably rotate. Okay. Who's worse, Frank Defano or Sparage? Oh, they're kind of different breeds. That's a hard one. I think I don't even know. They're so equivalent. They're just equivalent in every way. Thoughts on resveratrol supplementation? Ooh, I'd have to look and see if that's actually effective. A lot of antioxidants, when supplemented, are, for whatever reason, not as effective as antioxidants. So I just can't answer that off the top of my head for resveratrol. I would just eat those grapes and eat those other foods. Okay. Yeah, Modest Mouse can be good. It can be a little depressing, though. I think I'm going to go for another 3 minutes, and then we're calling it. Although, you know what, maybe 6 minutes, because I'm going to edit out the first 3 minutes, because it was so horrible. I'm 30, as I've said 3 times already. Okay, MGMT, I used to listen to MGMT a lot more. I like a couple songs from their new album. There's some funny ones on there. Like, there's one that's almost like a little skit that I like. And there's Me and Michael. It's a song on there, too, which is catchy, but... Okay. Frank Testosterone was Frank's testosterone was 100, 150 according to his Reddit account. I don't know. I'd have to hear him actually say that. Lower than Sean Baker. Yeah, let's just say mine is magnitudes higher than that, but I don't know if that's legitimate and real or not. But it's not impossible. These low carb diets, who knows what they do to you. But I'd be surprised if somebody that young was able to get that low with it. Okay, my favorite series, as I've said before, my favorite series right now is Community on Hulu, just because it's been funny to watch. Okay, some berries that make you taste everything salty after sweet. Magic berries? Yes, those are called magic berries, if you don't know that. And I actually went to a magic berry party where they had like a bunch of lemons, and you just take the lemons and you bite into them, and they're sweet, and it just messes with your head really hard. Okay, I'm just gonna like remove this really quickly for satisfaction because this guy keeps repeating what he's saying. I'm removing it so I can. This guy's like posting conspiracy stuff about me, so I'm removing it to make him feel like it's actually a conspiracy, to try and like validate his conspiracy. Yes, I do garden without manure, so we're starting our garden up again this year. I like Tame Impala a lot. I learned that bass line like every basic bass person. Okay, great speech last year at the vegan campout. Thank you, Peter. That was pretty awesome. Hi, Mike. Ray Cooper. How's it going? Good to see you. Did you comment on Bill Mayer's comments? Well, I shared the Bill Mayer. I don't even know how to say his name. Did a really good video on factory farms and the virus and preventing the next virus, and so I shared it on my Facebook at Mike the Vegan. And maybe you're talking about a comment that you posted under there, or you're just talking about that. Oh yeah, I think they're great. I think it's great that he said that. I was really surprised. I mean, I literally could have made that exact video. There was like a one joke in there about eggs that I wouldn't have made. Other than that, I could have outlined and made almost word for word the exact video that he made. Like, it was actually scary how like pro vegan it was. Okay, we're getting close to 45 minutes, so we're just gonna do a couple more. All right. I have no idea who did that painting. It's old. Sorry that you've had to ask 5 times. Favorite? I don't know my favorite Tame Impala album, but I don't know. I just listened to a few of them. Yeah. Bill Mayer is problematic in a lot of ways, but that's why I was surprised to see him make a video like that. Is he actually vegan? I'd be surprised if he was vegan, but it would make sense why he made it if he was vegan. Okay. Any tips on constant numbness in legs after shifting diet? Any deficiencies? Yeah, that's not a normal side effect of going vegan. Numbness can be caused, see a doctor first and foremost, but it can be caused by B12 and vitamin D deficiencies, so it's also not impossible. Stream longer, like an hour, like an hour longer. Oh, half an hour longer. Anyway, the numbness issue, I would definitely say that you should get that checked out. But it's also not impossible if you're in a place that's still pretty wintry, that like you ended up with a vitamin D deficiency you would have gotten anyway regardless of diet, and it's manifesting with that. But it could be so many things that you should get it checked out. And maybe do a televisit with somebody so you don't have to go in and risk getting coronavirus, or the virus that shall not be named. All right. All right, you're just spamming, bro. I'm just hiding you. Okay. Bill, yeah, Ray. My friend Ray wrote an editorial, and Bill, it was basically exactly what Bill was saying. So yeah, here's the thing is, like, if what you're saying is true enough, a lot of people are going to be saying it. If you're saying that the next pandemic is probably going to be caused by factory farming. I'm talking about the next pandemic. I'm not talking about coronavirus, because this is anything but coronavirus. So we're not talking about that. Okay, have you ever watched the documentary called With Girl Who's Best Friend with a Gorilla called Coco? It's so cute. I have seen some Coco footage, but I haven't seen that. Yeah, Coco was amazing. Lily Koi Hawaii is great. Has she stopped making videos? Only periodically making videos now? I've mentioned Lily Koi Hawaii several times. Oh, I love this. I got People ask me this a lot. How do you deal with anti-vegan remarks without becoming defensive? Just become defensive and just spit on them, throw stuff. No, it just depends on the person. It's an exercise in patience, though. I mean, it can be hard. Just take a deep breath and just think about the science. Oh man, yeah, lab-grown meat for cat food is my dream. I'd have to research elderberry supplements to give a good answer on that. Why are avocados so delicious? Probably because of their higher fat content. I am still getting my master's in public health, and I'm probably going to start my thesis paper soon, which will probably be about the virus that shall not be named. It just always comes right back. It just always comes right back there. Okay, I have a whole video on Soylent. A whole video on meal replacements like Soylent, Huel. I cover Kachava. I even go there, so you can check that out. But, long story short, a lot of those are super processed. They're literally just like dried powdered oil, which I don't even know how they do, and refined sugar, and like even the antioxidants there are refined too. Not good. Not good. Better if you can't eat anything else, sure, great. They're vegan, which I love. Thank you, Brandon, for being a Patreon contributor. In case you're wondering, yes, my ad revenue has gone down by like 2/3, despite not that much lower in viewership. Because YouTube and the whole thing. I'm doing a Q&A. Do you know what started your vegan journey? Like, what was the first big moment? I read the China study. Short answer. And immediately, it was on a road trip, and immediately the next place we pulled up just had a vegan meal. So that's what happened. All of the research in there. Not even the China study chapter in it. Avocados don't taste like eggs to me. Maybe if you put some sulfur salt on them. Let's go. Do you think everyone's thesis is going to be about the virus that can't be named? Probably, but I'm going to take a different angle on it. So, we'll see. Mine will be different. This guy's still looking for a higher... Is it the same person who's asking about a high-fat item like an avocado again? Nuts? Have some nut butter or something. Yeah. Nuts and avocados aren't the only high... Well, nuts is a very large array of high-fat items. Seeds. Some seeds are high-fat. Yeah, I mean, there's totally a lot of this. I'm going to keep going. Boo, 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 boo. Why is fish bad for you? I need to do another video on fish. I have a whole video on fish and the environmental effects. But it just sort of X-nays a lot of the benefits. For example, like your cholesterol probably won't get down to those heart attack proof levels with it. A lot of it's contaminated. A third of the global fish supply is mislabeled, so it could have high mercury. There's other things like parasites in it, which are gross, but those are rare. There's a lot of reasons, and I need to make a whole video about it. Otherwise, I won't do it justice. Okay, someone's 11 on here? That's amazing. Somebody is 11 that's watching. I'm glad I haven't been throwing out profanities. Yeah. Oh, well, good on you for being empathetic. A lot of people aren't. A lot of people are not. Like when I posted my TikTok video about the slaughter age, some guy responded with a duet of him just eating a burger, and I responded being like, and he said like, maybe I just don't care about animals, because I said like you should like if you slaughtered your own animal, maybe you feel different about it. He's like, I did slaughter an animal, did slaughter a cow, and it changed my feelings about nothing. And I'm like, ooh, someone better put that guy on a watch list. Definitely scary emotionally. Okay, I think I'm going to call it kind of soon because I don't want it to get repetitive. Camille, thank you for those $3. You're nice. Yes, fish in the TMAO issue. It depends on which fish it is. Like the colder water and deeper sea fish have more TMAO because it actually helps with pressure. And TMAO, as we know, can contribute will likely contribute to heart disease, and probably because of the variable levels in fish. That's why fish aren't as bad for your heart, especially because they have omegas, aren't as bad for your heart as the other ones, as the other meats. Should I stick to agave/date syrup over honey? I would stick to date syrup over any of those. That's just my opinion. Favorite soy/tofu? I like some nice grilled tofu. Will I make a Spotify playlist? Maybe someday. All right, let's wrap it up here. I know some of you guys want to keep it going, but I need to eat a little bit more food. Got stuff I need to just work out. You're not repetitive, don't go. Oh, that was kind of sad. Oh. How does diet relate to wound healing? Depends on what type of diet issue you're talking about. I would say cardiovascular disease would inhibit wound healing. We already know that it hurts skin issues. It can, if you have the microvessels that lead to your skin clogged, if you have atherosclerosis leading to them and they're clogged, then anything that requires blood flow is going to be impaired. For example, even hair loss is one of those things that's on there for cardiovascular disease because it's a lack of blood flow there. And then you could have that dry skin or like nasty skin. Who knows? I don't want to go too far out without talking about studies about this, but I would bet, based off logic and logic alone, that having atherosclerosis from dietary-induced atherosclerosis would slow down your wound healing. All right, Radical Feminist, thank you for $1.49. All right. No, I have not watched Love is Blind or Too Hot to Handle that I remember. Maybe if it's old movie, maybe like a really long time ago. Peace by Vegan, how's it going? Follow Peace by Vegan on Instagram. I sounded old. At Instagram, because the place. Yes. 4 pounds of dates. That's not a joke. What do I eat in a week? That's a lot of work for somebody who's not a lifestyle channel. For me to just put everything I eat in a week, be a lot of material. A lot of material for the vegan haters. Not talking about the coronavirus, but I have seen Pam Popper's video on that subject that shall not be mentioned. And I have some strong disagreements with her, actually. But I don't know what her current opinion is. But the previous opinion that she had was not one that I considered to be the safest. Let's just say that. I am wearing pants. Damn it. I'm going to prove this real quick to you guys. They're like pajama pants. I can't see if this is in the shot or not. But I love these pants. Peace by Vegan is also on YouTube. Yes. What am I talking about? Check him out. Thank you, Space Kid Productions, for €4.99. Look at everybody dropping all that. If having a soul means being able to feel love and loyalty and gratitude, then animals are better off than a lot of humans. Well, most animals are probably worse off than most humans, but yeah, I would say that animals are better off in terms of their guilt than humans, for sure. Okay, Henry, thank you very much for that. And Sarah Munson, thank you as well. I feel like radio show, like, Sarah Munson, thank you. I would like to draw some attention to Sarah Munson for giving me some contributions. Thank you for your videos. We've done about female-specific issues. Yes, I am glad you like them, because I initially got some hate from doing them, being like, why are you talking about this stuff? But in the long run, I think it's been good. Just sharing the research about any health thing, regardless of the boundaries. All right, Brandon B, thank you. Shay, $2, thank you very much. Would 200 grams of soy have an estrogenic effect? I do not think so. The studies, even with isolated isoflavones, which are the phytoestrogens in soy, still didn't change actual hormone levels, blood levels. And then I would be more worried about IGF-1, but that's over 3 to 5 servings. I think you have to get to 3 to 5 servings of soy in order to boost that IGF-1 at a single time. So, not too worried. Thank you, Brandon B. Yes. Thank you for liking the content. All right. Do I think meat affects cortisol, adrenals, and cortisol? Well, we do know that people on the ketogenic diet have higher cortisol levels. I talk about that in my keto debunked video, possibly the sequel, possibly the first one. I don't know if that's a result of eating so much meat or if it's a result of actually just being in ketosis and being in starvation mode, but it's possible. I don't know if the hormone levels that are released from the animals would do it, and I have heard that's been a long theory, long-standing theory that these hormones would somehow go through. I would be surprised if like blood hormones. I guess it depends if you're drinking blood, like if you're like Frank Tufano drinking the blood, yeah. Space Kid Productions, thanks again. It's just that it all comes up when you type up animal cruelty. It's dogs, yes. People just associate. It's actually weird that people can just think I love animals and I'm against animal cruelty and literally just be thinking about pet animals. It's a very strange psychological phenomenon known as carnism. Thank you, Melanie Joy, for coining that. Ashley B, thank you for that money. Do you think we should ever get a coronavirus for the C word that shall not be named? Do I think everyone should get a vaccine for it? I would just have to see the efficacy and if there are any risks. And I don't know, vaccines. It's a whole can of worms for me to start talking about. But let's put it this way. We've had 40,000 people in the U.S. die. This is the only thing I'll say about this. We've had 40, because of your contribution. We've had 40,000 people die in the last month in the U.S. It's not like the flu with social distancing. So, I mean, I just feel like getting to herd immunity that way. And if you want to go back to work, that would allow you to go back to work. Things like that. There's pros. I have yet to see a compelling con. Okay. $5. Thanks, Camille, again. Just dropping all left and right. Boom. Just money. I would love more content on vegan women's health. Yes, I will hop on that. I did PCOS. I did endometriosis. I did a bunch of things. Suggestions are welcome. Okay. Keeping it going. Vaccines are not vegan. Well, these vaccines are actually going to be tested directly on humans. They're already being tested directly on humans, so it depends on which ones it is. Hashtag Team Pam Popper. All right, we are officially moving on from this, or the stream is over, children. Over. Final questions of the day, because we're just hitting an hour, and I'm going to be cutting it off there. I'm going to be cutting it off. Just snip, snip, snip. Yeah, I'm going to make it an even hour, and I'm going to cut off a few minutes, so we're going to snip it. Half of my live streams are me just saying I'm about to stop live streaming. Dinka tribe in Africa have the tallest people in the world. Can you investigate their diets? Well, that's probably genetic if it's the tallest people in the world. Could also be IGF-1. It's very clear that IGF-1 from milk can make you taller if you're slamming it down. So who knows? French fries. Ashley B, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for the follow. Thank you for that extra money. Boom. Everyone's being so generous today. Dang. Buy in bulk. Happy birthday tomorrow, Space Kid Productions. What's your idea on keeping skin looking young? Grow a beard. Blocks the UV. Eat antioxidants. Eat carotenoids because they build up in the skin. That's why I'm probably going to settle with a medium length, maybe 1/4 of an inch beard like this at the longest, probably. Okay. Dr. Being Foot Soldier, a lot of things going on. Okay, cool. I think I am going. Ooh, that would be a controversial topic. Veganism and autism. I just don't think we have that much research. I could do risk factors for autism is the furthest I would be able to go on that, and it might just make people hate me more than it would help anybody. Maybe not. If I can find, I'll tell you what, I'll start researching that. And if there's a lot of, I know there are connections. I've looked into some of the connections, potential connections, but like we have the like the dairy proteins, especially early on, might contribute to it. Sarah Munson, thank you again. I talked a little bit about that with Rob Vanna's video. Not really. I mean, I see that's one where I just when you're talking about treatment, you're talking about a doctor. Like I feel like there might be somebody like Mona Vand who would be better suited to talk about that. Or maybe I could interview her or something, but I'm just not, can't really get into the treatment zone. Okay. Word. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it all right up on up. Kind of wrap it super, just take a bow. Yeah, no, we're not talking about that virus. Okay. Cool. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, for talking about this. I see the view count is already dropping by a little bit. 30 people have left. So it's time to call it. It was a good hour. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe, all that jazz. Let me know if there are any video topics you want me to talk about, whether you like me not talking about coronavirus stuff. I know there's people who want me to keep talking about it, so I will. And thank you so much. Everybody stay safe out there. I might do a video on like what I do to like stay safe with groceries and stuff. And like other corona stuff, like my corona shopping stuff. We'll see. But that's it for today. Thank you so much, everybody. I will see you later. I will stop the stream and see you next time. Goodbye. Yes.